Good morning, friends. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It is just a glorious day here in Pennsylvania. It's mid-March, the sun is shining, and we're going to be in the mid-60s all week. So last week I've been hardening off all of my cool flower transplants, and this week we're going to be planting them all out into the garden. It's about 6 weeks before our last expected frost, so I'm safe to plant cool hardy annuals that are hardy in my growing zone 7A out into the garden now. So the first thing we're going to do today is plant out 72 Foxy Foxglove transplants. These are first year flowering foxgloves. They're a short-lived perennial that I generally treat as a cool flower. Foxy Foxglove is my favorite foxglove to grow. It comes in beautiful shades of white, cream, light pink, deep rose, purple. Over the years, I've planted Foxy Foxglove in lots of different pockets in the garden. Last year we had it over in the driveway garden and the hydrangea room. Some years I've done apricot foxglove in the main flower walk, but this year I'm going to do Foxy Foxglove everywhere. I'm just going to loosely plant it throughout every single garden, and my hope is that we have a really nice cohesive feel in doing so. So let's walk around the garden together and we'll place these plants and plant them together. And then once we finish that project, I want to overplant my tulip and daffodil bulbs in the raised bed with lettuce seed. I think that'll be really fun, and whenever I go to Chanticleer, I love how they do ornamentals and edibles in containers. So I thought I would try that in my raised bed gardens this year. So without further ado, let's walk around the gardens. I think spring has finally sprung. So I think I'll start out with 12 foxglove in each garden. I want to try to space these as if they self-seeded themselves. So I'm going to try not to follow any pattern, although that is sometimes really hard for me to do. Grace, what are you doing? You drinking out of my watering can? It's amazing how quickly the garden swallows up plants, isn't it? 72 foxgloves seem to just disappear into the landscape. I might need to grow 3 flats next year, we'll see. So continuing on, we'll have 6, 12, 18 more. We've got 12 in the hydrangea room. Do you like my tripod? It's a recycling can. And we have 12 over there in the new hydrangea annex. Before we plant these foxglove, let's head over to the raised bed garden that's in full sun, and let's go ahead and seed some lettuce over there. I have a mixture of tulip and daffodil bulbs in these raised beds, and then this one with the trellising is where we're growing our sweet peas. So what I want to do is just sprinkle some lettuce seeds on the top of the soil surface, and then since lettuce seed needs buried about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, I'm just going to cover up each bed with some of this Vago Garden regenerative compost. Just a nice fine layer. It'll make the beds look beautiful, and hopefully then we can enjoy the tulips and eat the lettuce all around it. I think that's going to be really fun. Let's do my favorite lettuce. It's called Buttercrunch here in this back raised bed. Buttercrunch is a head lettuce, but sometimes I just like to sprinkle the seed in an area just kind of in a willy-nilly fashion, and then just harvest the individual leaves. And I don't worry too much about it creating that head of lettuce, but if you love the look of a head lettuce, I do not think you can beat this Buttercrunch. It looks beautiful and it is so delicious. So hopefully it will look beautiful around these tulips. And I think we have tulips and daffodils in this back bed. Oh, I need my gloves. So we've got daffodils and buttercrunch lettuce in the bed that we did first. The other day I did little gem lettuce in those front 2 beds, and I'm pretty sure we just have tulips in those beds, although I'll have to look back at some videos from the fall to figure it out for sure. In this bed, I wanted to do a Merlot lettuce, but I didn't have quite enough seed to cover up the bed. So I'll stop by Roar's Seed on the way home from school today and I'll pick up some more of that. And then in this bed right behind me yesterday, I did spinach. So I think this is going to be really fun, beautiful, and hopefully practical. We'll cover the soil with edibles so we won't have any weeds around our bulbs. And we'll also have a ornamental and edible show at the same time. Fingers crossed that is, but I'll take you along for the journey. Now let's go ahead and plant up all of those gorgeous foxglove together. Oh no, that's not gonna work anymore. Now, if this helps anybody out there, when I plant my foxgloves 6 weeks prior to the last frost, they usually bloom the first or second week of June. They'll put on their tallest flower spike then, and then they'll put on some shorter flower spikes over the course of the summer, and sometimes they'll throw up a tall spike in the fall again. So we have a little bit of time left over, so what I'd like to do now is direct sow some sweet peas. I found some mammoth sweet pea seeds in a drawer that I had completely forgotten about, and mammoth sweet peas are really great for areas where the heat comes on very quickly. You have a short spring followed by a very warm summer. So I have some trellises over by the fence line, which are kind of helping the fence stay upright, but they're not being used as trellises. So let's plant these mammoth sweet pea seeds up them, and I think that'll be beautiful and practical. Since I've never planted anything back here, I'm gonna start by just loosening up the soil. Also see we have some creeping Charlie back here, so we'll see how that works out. And we have wild garlic. I made little 1-inch holes with my finger. Now, just plop one seed into each hole. Perfect. So we've got the mammoth sweet peas on those 4 trellises. Over there we're doing our sweet pea experiment with the fall versus spring sown sweet peas, and I think we should be able to plant out those sweet peas. It's probably going to be another month. It's probably going to be another 3 or even 4 weeks until the roots fill the root trainers. So we'll be planting even more sweet peas this year. But I am really, really loving how the library and the raised beds and the pots are set up and looking this year. And it just feels so wonderful to be able to dive immediately into gardening with you this year. What a joy and a pleasure. Well, friends, I think that brings me to the end of today's video, but I will be right back in the garden tomorrow planting our ranunculus. They're looking great. I'm hardening them off over on the porch and they are ready to go out into the ground. So I just want to thank you so much for watching these videos. I am just so excited to be back in the garden with you and to just get back into doing what I love this year, which is planting, nurturing, harvesting, and selling cut flowers. That's what it's going to be all year long. So thank you so much, friends, for being here. I want to wish you a wonderful day out there in your gardens, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.